Good evening. Good evening. Good evening again. My name is Renee Harrison, and I have the pleasure and honor of serving as the Dean of Health Sciences here at Forsyth Technical Community College. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you this evening to the 2022 Fall Associate Nursing Pinning Ceremony. Yes, we are certainly excited. The pinning ceremony is such a rich history in nursing. Pinning in the health profession is the pivotal moment when we witness our students become professionals. And we are so delighted and excited and proud to be able to witness 49 students transition from student nurse to nurse. Graduates, a lot has happened since, I heard the A lot has happened since you began your journey here at Forsyth Tech. We are still experiencing a pandemic. We are still experiencing a time where our population is sicker than it have been before. We are experiencing a time where there are more opportunities for nurses than ever before. We're experiencing a time where hospital beds are limited. We're experiencing a time where nurses have an opportunity to transition throughout the profession in a more fluid way than they ever have before. But with that, we're experiencing also a time where more patients are having to transition to long-term care more than they ever have before. We are experiencing a time where nurses are being compensated better than they have before. We're also approaching a time where chronic illness is at its peak and is expected to rise more than it ever has before. Students, graduates, colleagues, nurses, you are needed more than you ever have been needed before. And I am just so delighted at a time where 1 million nurses are needed that you are going to embark on your journey to be able to contribute, to be able to hold people's hands, to be able to witness some of the most vulnerable experiences, to be able to nurture, to be able to care, to be able to advocate, to be able to teach, to be able to role model, to be able to lead, to be able to execute excellence that you have been taught here at Forsyth Tech. You are going to be amazing because you already are. You have proven that you have what it takes. You have proven that you can meet the needs of the young, of the old, of the sick, of the families, of the community, and the emerging needs that we'll have to face tomorrow. It is my pleasure to be able to welcome you to nursing, one of the most respected, trusted, needed, and best professions. I'm a nurse, I'm proud to be a nurse, and I want you to always be proud to be a nurse. Nursing is a calling. And in those moments where you are challenged because the need is so great, I want you to remember what you were called to. In those moments where you don't know if you can respond to the call bell one more time. In those moments when you think you have nothing left to give, you have you, and you are enough. Thank you for responding to the call. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize this wonderful faculty. Will you please stand? Let's celebrate our faculty. before I take my seat, I want to thank our president in her absence. I want to thank our college leadership, our executive leadership team, all of the leaders at our college, our board of trustees, our clinical partners, everyone who contributes and supports nursing. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Alan Murdoch, Chief Economic Mobility and Workforce Outcomes Officer. I welcome him to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Renee. Can you guys hear me? Oh, I need to get a little closer. Okay. Well, thank you, Renee. And if you're following along, obviously you're looking for Dr. Janet Spriggs. Unfortunately, she was not able to be here tonight. So you get me for a few minutes, and I have 3, possibly 3.5 things to say over the next couple of minutes. First off, congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. I will say that I took a poll before we walked in. This side, I think, was out here in the hallway, and they're pretty sure they are the better half of the class. I'm not sure that's true or not, but you have to take it up with them. All right. But really, congratulations on the classroom hours you put in, the clinical hours you put in, the study hours you put in, the drama you went through. All right? Congratulations. The books you had to purchase on top of the drama. So first off, congratulations on that. Renee told you my title, which is kind of unusual for community colleges where you don't really have a chief officer of economic mobility and workforce outcomes. But at the end of the day, we're here at Forsyth Tech trying to offer people an education, and hopefully if you're spending your time and your money with us, there's some sort of return on the back end. It's one of the reasons I love this, this ceremony is because when I look at MIT and they say, in order for someone to not live in poverty, one person, in Forsyth County, you gotta earn $32,000 a year. I think these nurses are about to blow that out of the water. So hallelujah to you guys. Secondly, when I spoke to them, all 49 of you, I think, have received at least one job offer. Nobody's going without work in the near future. So that's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, really. So, you guys know you struggled. We heard you moaning when we talked about the books and the classroom and stuff like that. But I want you to do something for me. I want you to say thank you to the folks around you. You put in the hard work, all right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But others paid as well. They had to go without you, all right? So you may have had younger siblings that didn't get to play with their big brother, big sister because you had to study. You may have significant others that didn't get the attention that they needed because your nose was in a book. And you probably have moms and dads and grandparents and aunts and uncles and people from the community that helped you out, whether that was gas money, a ride, words of encouragement, or a kick in the rear end if you needed it. Yeah? Thank you. You all be walking across the stage tonight, but they are graduating too. So make sure we give them a hand when you have a chance, right? So now we're at the point where I try to impart some sort of wisdom. Now, you've been 2 years with your faculty. I can't outdo them, but I got a little nugget for you to take with you. I think it's gonna help you. I'm pulling it from a manufacturing story, but it's not healthcare. But I think this foundation on how to beat everyone else how do you beat everyone you work with, will stand true. So let me tell you my story. One of the things I do as my job is to speak with local businesses and help them grow. So if you have 25 employees, how do we get you to 40 employees? Maybe you're brand new. Maybe you're thinking about coming to Winston-Salem. Let's have a conversation about you building a facility here and hiring a bunch of people. So I'm talking to a manufacturing company. I'm talking to their CFO and innovation quarter. And he says, you need to come up and check out our facility. It's really cool. You got to take a plant tour. Okay, great, I'll do that. He says, by the way, we hired this kid from Forsyth Tech, and he was a welding student. We love him. We can't get enough of this guy. Cool. So a week goes by, I go up there, I tour their facility, I meet their executive team, tour their plant, and it wraps up in a meeting. And the meeting is like me with their CFO, their CEO, a couple of vice presidents, a plant manager, and we talk about a lot of things. And as the meeting's wrapping up, I say to them, so tell me about this welding student you hired. What's so great about him? And all of a sudden, they just like start yelling at me, right? They just would not stop talking about how much they love this guy. So I took a bunch of notes, and when I got done looking at my notes, it came down to this. I'm gonna say it's 3 basic things. This guy was on time. He showed up to work on time. He got along well with others, and he did what needed to be done. This was not a monumental task. He was just being a good employee. He showed up on time. He got along well with others. There are gonna be people you do not get along with. You don't have to feed into their drama. You separate yourself and do what needs to be done. Now, I realize it might be a little bit different in the healthcare industry. There's things that you can do, and if you're not trained, you can't do them. But you can be a team player. And I guarantee if you do those 3 things, when it comes time for promotion, when it comes time for opportunities, when it comes time for extra responsibility, your name will be called out. Now, this isn't the only thing that's going to get you ahead, but it's a good foundation. So I'm hoping you can take it from some old guy that this actually makes sense. 20 years from now, I'll be like, hey, that old guy was right. All right. So again, congratulations on your success. Be sure to live the best life you possibly can. As an old guy, you only get one, so do it. And most importantly, and you're already in the profession to do so, be there for others. Thank you. Now, I have the privilege of introducing someone much more important than myself, and from this side of the room, all right, the better half, our class president, Ms. Corey Shadrick.
See here. Sorry, I'm a little bit shorter than them. Okay. Good evening, faculty, friends, and family. I would like to thank you all for coming to the 2022 Associate Degree Nursing December class pinning ceremony. It is my pleasure and honor to speak to you tonight on behalf of the best cohort a nursing student could ever ask for. The past 2 years we have introduced ourselves to doctors, patients, and other nurses as student nurses. Well, tonight is the night we finally shed that title. We can finally claim the title we have all worked so hard to get. Graduates of the Associate's Degree Nursing Program, and after we pass our NCLEX on the first try, registered nurses. These past 2 years have flown by, and I think I speak for everyone when I say nursing school is one of the hardest things I've ever done, but most rewarding. For some of you in the room, I know you haven't seen us much these past 2 years, so I think it's important to give you an idea of what we've been up to. Thanks to nursing school, there have been countless days of reading, studying, HESI assignments, clinical, and labs, just to name a few. Somewhere in between, we tried to find the time to eat, work, spend time with our children and partners, and hopefully catch a nap. And yes, I said nap because we all know there is no sleep in nursing school. Starting from the very beginning, the day we received our acceptance letters was one of the best days of our lives. We were officially nursing students. With no time to waste, we started to prepare. We ordered our scrubs, we got our pen lights, had our black shoes, and let's not forget the lovely stethoscope. Next, on to the bookstore where we picked up about 50 pounds of books, and I'm not exaggerating, they were heavy. The first semester was challenging, to say the least. Our community was still dealing with the COVID pandemic, and as nursing students, it was a challenging time to begin. We bounced back and forth between online and in-person labs and lectures, and most of the first week, we were just trying to make sure we were at the right place at the right time. We found out quickly that nursing school was different from any of the classes we had ever taken before when we saw our first reading assignment consisting of about 5 chapters, each 40 pages long. We learned our first nursing skills as we prepared for clinical, and we had our first skills check-off. I would like to personally thank all of the friends and family members who served as our own patients, letting us check your pulse, listen to your lungs, and check your heart over and over again as we practice our physical assessment. We were introduced to clinical paperwork, concept mapping, SBAR, and ADPI. We learned dosage calculations and completed our first med pass. We learned how to draw up medications and give injections. We took our first nursing school test, where we were introduced to questions where all of the answers were right, but we just had to pick the one that was most right. It sounds confusing, I know, but just imagine how we felt. We were introduced to bedside nursing, survived our first clinical rotation, even if it meant setting 10 alarms to make sure we were up to make it to our 6:30 a.m. rotations. Eventually, after 16 long weeks, we made it through to the second semester. During the second semester, we learned how to prime IV lines, mastered the Alaris pump, and learned how to start an IV on our patients. I don't know about all of you, but when I started to learn how to insert IVs, all of my family members disappeared. I had no one to practice on. We continued gaining experience in the clinical setting and started to get the hang of writing care plans and concept mapping. Just when we thought we were getting used to nursing, we all started our favorite class, Mother Baby. As if one patient wasn't hard enough to care for, now we have two. We talked about body parts that make us all uncomfortable and sometimes explored topics that were difficult to talk about. Mother Baby challenged us to look at nursing from a different perspective, but all of the hard work and studying paid off when some of us got to experience life entering the world and seeing a mother hold their child for the first time. In the fourth semester, we learned about psych nursing and mental health. This class had a way of actually making us question our own mental health and everyone else's around us. Our self-diagnosis centered around chronic stress and anxiety, secondary to nursing school, as manifested by crying, fatigue, and lack of sleep. After passing the mental health class, we tried to take care of our own mental health over the summer break before we came back to knock out our final semester. Summer ended, and it was back to the grind. The excitement of graduation quickly faded after we found out about service learning and the multiple out rotations we would have to complete. We were introduced to emergency nursing, where we learned to stop thinking in black and white and start thinking critically. We realized that although we were about to graduate, we still had so much more to learn. The senioritis had set in, but day by day, we checked off requirements on our list to prepare to graduate. The time is finally here. I think that it's important to thank all of the people who have been a part of helping us reach our goal. First, I would like to thank the faculty and staff here at Forsyth Tech. Thank you for not only pushing us to become amazing nurses, but also supporting us along the way. We appreciate all of your hard work and dedication to us, and we would not be here without you. Thank you. Next, I would like to thank our friends and family who are here tonight. You have all been exposed to our roller coaster of emotions and even meltdowns. Whether we were upset that we failed a test or excited because we barely passed, you all have supported us every step of the way. Our sincere gratitude only scratches the surface of the amazing support you have given us throughout our journey. Thank you. And this is when I cry. Sorry, I'm going to try to make it through this. Okay, finally to my classmates. It is truly bittersweet that our journey is over. We have fought for our seats in this program, and we all deserve to be here tonight. These past 2 years, we have grown close in ways that we couldn't have imagined. The relationships we have built over the past 2 years don't stop here. I look forward to hearing about all of you passing the NCLEX and starting your careers. I'm proud of every single one of you. As we start our careers, I challenge you to always remember your why. Always remember the reason why you became a nurse. Never stop doing the next right thing, and keep compassion in your heart. We are the next generation of nurses. Our minds are willing to serve and capable of thinking critically with the burning desire to help patients. We have all impacted each other and pushed each other to become better, and some days we even drove each other crazy. But as we move forward, may we never forget why we chose nursing and always remember to remain true to what we believe in. Class of 2022, we were born to be nurses. It's our turn to change the world. Thank you. I would like to introduce Ms. Claudia Coulter. She recently retired from Novant Health after a 50-year career, and she actually retired, or she was a house supervisor there, and she actually retired on her 50th anniversary of being a nurse. So, yeah.
Mercy's sakes, this takes me back a long ways. You forget sometimes how exciting this is, but this is just wonderful. Dean Harrison, faculty, family and friends and supporters and graduates. Congratulations, folks. This is just a marvelous thing. And sometimes it's better to do this without a whole lot of preparation. But I am so delighted that I got the opportunity to do that. And I have my own fan club in the second row. Congratulations on getting to this point in your lives. You've just started your education. Some of you may have already made plans to continue your nursing education. Maybe some of you thought you were through, but as long as you're a nurse, you will be learning, whether it's from books, from your patients and their families, or from your nursing colleagues. Keep learning. Read journals, whether they come to you by email or snail mail. Join an organization that supports a particular area of nursing. Go to meetings and take their course offerings. Keep learning, because you'll never know enough. You will never know enough. And what is your why? I didn't realize I was reading from the same page as your president, but why did you become a nurse? For some, it was a simple matter of needing a job to support yourself and your family. That is not a bad why. That is a very laudable thing to do, to support yourself and not live on somebody else's handout. But you want to be good at your why. Maybe you were encouraged by somebody who saw something in you had not realized was there. And maybe you've run into that part of your life already, and maybe it's still an opportunity that's going to come to you. For me, it was a calling. From the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 40, "And the king will answer them, 'Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me.'" And this is something that I had to remind myself more than a few times, because sometimes those brothers are really testy, and you don't want to necessarily do for them what needs to be done, and they certainly don't want you to do it. But you have to think about what is best for your patient, and do that in the safest way that you can. There will be times when the why gets lost in the busyness of your life. You can't go another step. I can't go to work another shift, but you need to remind yourself of your why. Perhaps your why will change as you mature. It might be a different why in another year, or 10 years, or 25 years, because nursing can be for the rest of your life. I'm no longer employed as a nurse, but you will find out that people never stop asking you what your opinion of something is. Another reason to stay educated, because it keeps changing all the time. Compared to where nurses found work 50 years ago when I was a new graduate, there are so many more places to apply your knowledge, and it's an exciting time to be a nurse. Congratulations, folks, and may God speed.
It is my distinct pleasure and honor to present the December 2022 Associate Degree Nursing graduates from Forsyth Technical Community College. Dana Jewel Adams. Emily Austin. Shayna Buford. Holly Zella Bonagura. T. Alsbrook. Emily J. Barker. Scarlett Cassidy. Danielle Clark Kanatomo. Sarah Krotz. Becca Lynn Crow. Talacia Dickerson. Caitlin Cross. Anna Duran Quintero. Maria Jose Nefertari Gorjon. Carly Hooser.
Go, Carly!
Shane Thomas Herco. Kitwana Hines. Abigail Hootmacher. Lacey Huygens. Tallulah Isley. Ashley James. Abigail Janvari. Rebecca King. Kaylee Elena Lane. Catherine Mackenzie Matthews. Kendra Miller. Shonda Mobley. Andrew Eric Moore. Carly Moore. Chelsea Oswell. Scarlett Paulus. Angela N. Patassi. Sierra Reeves. Gary Sines. Ashley Schiller. Corey Shadrick. Deandra Smith. Cassidy South. Andrea Taylor. Isabella Orquijo. Ashley Vasquez. Kayla Weatherman. Faith Weevil. Elizabeth Williams. Haley Workman. Mallory Woods. Please congratulate all our graduates.
Graduates, at this time, would you please prepare to light your lamps and stand as you prepare to recite the International Pledge for Nurses? If you would repeat after me. In the full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking. I promise to care for the sick. With all of the skill and understanding I possess. Without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status. I will respect at all times. The dignity and religious beliefs. Of the patients under my care. Holding in confidence. All personal information. Entrusted to me. And refraining from any action. That might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep. My professional knowledge and skill. At the highest level. And to give loyal support. And cooperation. To all members of the health team. I will do my utmost. To honor the International Code of Ethics. Applied to nursing. And to uphold the dignity. and the integrity of the nurse. Congratulations. It is my honor and my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of December 2022. To all of our guests, when you exit to your right, you'll find refreshments that we have for you. And to our graduates, we ask that once you go out, if you would remain tight for us for just a second, okay? Thank you all. Love y'all too.
Thank you for jumping in. Really good.
Best friend. Told her to come back.
Good job, Renee.
Amazing best friend. Amazing.